Benelli is a fabled Italian brand with a great story. More recently, it found new Chinese owners who've kept some of the legacy intact, expanded the range, and most crucially for us, expanded the brand's reach. The company tied up with DSK, the Pune-based group, to bring their motorcycles to India. Shirish Kulkarni heads DSK Benelli as well as that group's other motorcycle business that's also based out of Pune, DSK Hyosung.
We started off with a Korean manufacturer, today we are with an Italian giant, so it's all in all, it's really a great experience. I think as DSK, our offering to the market is coming out in such a way where we've got now products at almost at every level. Plus what DSK stands for is the service. So the customer service and the back end, that's where we are getting stronger by the day, and all our experience that we've gathered from the car world, we're implementing it in the bike world as well.
2015 promises to be the year that the premium motorcycle segment in India takes off. The latest entrants are Benelli, who've come with DSK. They have 5 products and you'll see them on the show. And we're starting with their smallest product, probably their most important product right now, the TNT 300.
TNT 300 is a parallel twin-powered motorcycle that takes on the role of a sporty commuter. It has an upright ergonomics package. You sit more or less straight up and the engine makes 38 PS of peak power. More importantly for us, like all of the other DSK Benelli products, this one too will be put into CKD production at DSK's Y plant near Pune to keep the prices low. Now there's a pro and a con to that. The pro is that CKD is cheaper than CBU, as in assembly has lower duty implications than full-on imports in India. But the con is that in the case of twin-cylinder motorcycles displacing 250 to 300 cc, assembling in India has so far failed to give them any significant pricing advantages. But let's not jump the gun. Let's start with that engine.
So that's the 302cc parallel twin that powers the motorcycle, liquid cooled, fuel injected and all of that. But the thing about it is that when you open the gas, the 38 PS of peak power, that's not really the story of this engine. The story of this engine is the noise that thing makes, and it's a brilliant loud noise. How it got through our noise norms, I don't know. But I'm telling you, there'll be a lot of people who listen to this and buy it just because of the way it sounds.
You might wonder why the noise rather than the performance is the story of this engine. Well, that's because it's a relaxed engine in feel. It responds smartly to your throttle work, but it likes to take its time to get around the rev counter. The motorcycle itself is not slow, but it sort of suggests that not everything is about firecracker performance. I would ordinarily disagree with that, but there's something really nice and mature in the Benelli TNT 300 that I think you will like.
What is it like to ride the Benelli? Well, I like the chassis because it sort of is in character with that engine. It's not lazy, but it's not particularly quick either. And I quite like that feeling because when you go into a corner, it has a sort of neutral feel and it does what you want it to without being particularly eager about it. And I think that's nice, calm and reassuring. It's the same with the ride quality as well. I do wish it was a little bit softer than it is because when you hop onto something else and come back to the Benelli, you'll notice that sharpness. But overall, it's a calm, reassuring motorcycle just like the engine is. And I think that's why it works so well, because the engine and the chassis work so well together.
The chassis, of course, is a trellis frame in lovely silver with a tubular swing arm in black. The silver contrasts wonderfully with the lustrous Benelli green, and the overall motorcycle is rather easy on the eye, even if it is not very distinctive in design. More than one person commented how the side-slung monoshock, the shape of the tank and a few other bits remind you strongly of a scaled-down Ninja 650. But maybe that's just people free associating with the green color. But the point is, the Benelli TNT 300, it looks well made, though it has a few rough edges. It felt like it would last, and every time I turned around to look at it, it looked promising. That is a pretty good package then.
The Benelli TNT 300 is well made, it looks good, and it's priced at 2.83 lakh rupees ex-showroom Delhi. Like the other twins in its class, that's a little bit expensive. But the thing about this bike is that it reminds me strongly of the Suzuki Inazuma. It didn't do too well in the market, but if you talk to the guys who bought that motorcycle, they're extremely thrilled with their Suzukis. The reason is it requires a little bit of maturity to appreciate what this Benelli is about. We are a young market and we believe everything should be value for money and maximum bang for the buck, and that's not what the Benelli is about. What this bike is about is a more calm, relaxed, touring sort of feel. It's got long legs and there's probably a very nice tourer in there, but you won't discover that until you get over the fact that it has 38 PS but it doesn't really feel like it does. That maturity is what I'm doubting, whether our market will be able to accept it right now, or will it take 2 or 3 years for this kind of a motorcycle to find a cult following that will never leave it. I'm just not sure.